unpredictable. I do worry about that, right? He keeps on talking about it. Let's be clear about the chronology here. He started a war without any notice, without noticing Congress, notifying Congress, without involving Congress, without going to Congress for a vote and for authorization, without notifying our allies. Then he started this without a clear goal and end game, which remains true to this day. We are not indicating how exactly we're going to end this. We're spending exorbitant amounts of money. And then he goes to our allies and he says, why didn't you come and help us? Why aren't you coming to our aid? At the same time as he's actually maligning them and calling them names and threatening them. I mean, is this the way anybody acts to gather friends and alliances? It's just horrible to see. These are people I fought with and served with overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan, our allies, and they deserve better.
Congressman Jason Krogh, thank you for joining us with your takeaways. Thank you all so much for joining us here tonight for our special coverage. It's continuing here on CNN. Newsnight with Abby Phillips starts now.
Good evening. I'm Abby Phillip in New York. Breaking news tonight, the war with Iran is, quote, nearing completion, according to President Trump. Just moments ago, he delivered his first major national address on the war, and he assured Americans that everything is going as planned.
Tonight, I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary.
Now, Trump says that the 2 to 3 week timeline that he set earlier this week still holds, and he downplayed the length of the war so far. He compared it to how long the U.S. was involved in other wars, like World War I and World War II, as well as Iraq and Afghanistan. And he again went after allies for not helping the efforts to secure the Strait of Hormuz.
To those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves.
If you were looking for some new insights from the president about how this war is going, where it's headed, how exactly it might end, I'm not sure that you got it today. The president basically repeated a lot of the things that he's been saying in Truth Social posts, except he said it out loud.
Yeah, I mean, that was sort of the big surprise of the speech. Everyone was waiting for some sort of moment. We didn't see it. But it's sort of very much like the Trump doctrine. Escalate fast, exit faster, and then declare victory. And I think that's what he did tonight in the speech.
Peter?
I was expecting something significant if there was something significant to announce. I think the fact that, what did we see teased over the past couple of days? It was threatening to pull out of NATO. It was threatening ground operations, whether to secure the highly enriched uranium or to seize Card Island. We have a Marine Expeditionary Unit in that area. The fact that he didn't mention that doesn't mean that was never on the table. It means that, frankly, this is one of the first addresses he's had since February 28th directed to the American people, which means all the other conversations were happening in the background. I think the fact that this was kind of a nothing burger is a bit of a testament to the fact that this is not a war, this is not a diplomatic effort that's playing out on our screens. It's ones that are happening behind the scenes with conversations with the principals in Islamabad between the Pakistani mediators, American and Iranian officials, and in other channels.
But I mean, no insights into that either? No sense of what kind of relationship he's looking for, what kind of deal he'd like to, how he would like the Iranian people to behave, the Iranian leadership, to behave after all is said and done. I think that was the other part that, to me, was missing. It's just this picture of what does a post-war Iran even look like and its relationship with the United States.
Yeah, Abby, this feels like the kind of speech that President Trump should have been delivering a month ago. This is explaining why he's going to war, but that's not what the American people and the people of the world want to hear now. They don't want to hear why he went to war. They want to hear how he's going to end the war, how he's going to get out of the war. what is his exit strategy? And he didn't have an exit strategy. He just talked about claiming that Iran has been completely decimated, but nevertheless, he's going to continue the war for 2 to 3 weeks. And he suggested nothing about how he's going to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil is trapped. And he said nothing about how he's going to secure nearly 1,000 pounds of highly enriched uranium that Iran still has in its possession, much less his original goal of overthrowing the regime, which clearly is not happening. So yes, he's done some things, and he was bragging about all the decimation he's inflicted on the Iranian armed forces. That's all true, but the other objectives have not been achieved, and his war of choice has caused a global energy crisis, and he doesn't seem to know how to get out of it, aside from trying to threaten our allies and get them to bail him out. But if the U.S. Navy is not going to go in the Strait of Hormuz, and they're not right now, you're not going to find any allies who are going to go where the U.S. Navy will not go.
Right. If we're not going to do it, who will? But on the nuclear piece, let me play what he said. He's talking about Operation Midnight Hammer and what happened to Iran's nuclear material that Max just referenced. Here's what he said.
In June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons.
So he said that, but let me just remind you that about 2 weeks ago, Tulsi Gabbard testified under oath to Congress. As a result of Operation Midnight Hammer, Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated. There have been no efforts since then to rebuild the enrichment